Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Winnebago Intent 30R motorhome. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite, a few things to take into consideration when parking. We're running out here in a minute, but you're going to have a big awning on your campsite. And over on your off campsite, besides your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. They're both water and power toward the rear of the unit, behind your tires, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle or off camp side of the trailer. So once you arrive, get a good parking spot. First thing we're going to do is get up inside your unit here. Get back in our driver's seat. When we arrive, first thing we want to do, push down on our emergency brake. And then in order to open up our slides, we have to have the engine key in. I don't want the right one here again. And have it turned on. Turn to the on position in order to run our auto leveling. So just turn that on. All we're going to do when we arrive is just going to touch auto level. Auto level is going to run down the auto leveling system. Just touch it and it takes off. Now what I like to do is get out of the unit and let it do its thing. You hear it? Starting to lift this up. So it's running the auto leveling. Once the auto leveling is done, you'll know it'll stop. Once that's done, we can hook up our power and water. See if I can bring up this side here down. There's your auto leveling jacks down underneath there. Laying down, lifting up, leveling the unit out. So once we got our unit level and stable again, we can hook up our power and water. Right here's our power cord, big long 30 amp cord plugs in back there. Now at the end of that, should you need to plug into a 110, and your convenience pack will be this 30 to 15 amp reducer. You can throw on the end of that if you need to plug into a 110. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. This is still running auto leveling. I think it just finished. I'll show you the rear ones. There's the rear ones. So the front one's up there. So once they're all down again, we'll hook up our power and water. Got your power hooked up. Now your water. First off, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Come over to your freshwater inlet. To fill fresh water, we'll go on the other side and change it, but we're going to run this as city water right now. Hook that up, hook up your hose. Before turning on your hose though, let's head over to the other side. We're going to start out by making sure our drain plug is back in our hot water heater. May have left it out last time you were camping. Get that in there nice and snug with some plumber's tape. Tape is preferred, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. So plumber's tape, inch and a socket, get that in there nice and snug. Then we're going to come to this compartment here next to your outdoor kitchen. To your right is a whole bunch of information about freshwater fill up, winterization, etc. Well, the way it's set up right now, with this pointing, this back blue one pointing to the left, you're set to city water. Now if you want to change this to freshwater, we'll talk about that in a minute. But right now you just need that pointing to the left, your back blue one. Now you're set for city water. You can turn that hose on. Now if that hose has been on for a while, we can go inside and deploy our slides. Auto leveling system's just telling you all the jacks are down. You shut that off. This is binging because of our engine being on. So in order to deploy our slides, again, we must have the emergency brake on. Turn your key to on position. You'll walk back past your slide to the rear here and hit slide out on both of these. Once you got them out, I want you to get into your water taps. Open up all of your water taps here, the bathroom, etc. Get them all open, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, get all the air out of the lines. Then you will know that your hot water heater's full. If you got water going through all of your lines, and then you can come over here to turn on your hot water heater. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to take this out boondocking or dry camping somewhere. In that case, we do have to make a change. We'll fill up in the same spot, plug your hot water heater the same way, but now this black blue one, which it shows you here, freshwater tank fill, turn clockwise. So now we're just going to turn that straight up and down clockwise. Turn that hose on. That's going to fill up your fresh water. Now you need to be inside watching the levels of your tanks. Once that fresh water is full, go ahead and remove that hose, put the cap on, and then when you want to use that fresh water, you will just turn on your water pump inside. All right, we're all set up with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here in the docking station, and I'll go around. So again, back here, freshwater tank fill. This little white one here is for winterization. Right now it's set to regular. Turn clockwise to siphon antifreeze. You see that will suck it right up inside this hose. These red and blue back here are low point drains. This is your freshwater drain. That'll drain your freshwater tank. There they all are. Information on that. Got an outdoor kitchen with a more of an entertainment center. Fridge, TV. To drain this sink, turn on this drain pump here. Pull it down, that'll drain that. Continue down the campsite. You have a flue for your furnace. Steer clear of that when you run. It does get hot. Make sure you never block it. Again, your hot water heater. Bunch of storage here. This front storage by your entry doorway is your battery. Check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure those haven't worked loose over time. Couple of 110s outdoors. Passing around the front of the unit to our off campsite. Up front here we've got our propane and our leveling system hydraulics. Your propane does come with a regulator. It's pointed toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. You set that in the middle, that'll automatically switch itself over. More storage, I believe, in both of these. Storage and storage. This brings us back here to our water inlet again. Satellite in or cable in at the campsites. And our dump station. So here's where you'll dump your black and gray tanks. You'll hook up your hose, sewage hose, and run it down through here. Extra 110 out here, or 30 amps, excuse me. And here's your generator. We'll start that up when I get inside. Get a ladder, utilize it. Go up there and check the seams of your roof a couple times a year and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Here's where you'll fuel up at. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Just like your slides, it says up top, parking brake must be on and the key in non-running position. All I'm gonna do is hit bed down and just that quickly folds that top bunk down. Bed up. Watch it fold itself up. Shut it off, turn the key back off. So that's your top bunk. Come down to the rest of our control panel. There's your brand new battery. Here's your fresh and black and gray tanks. Down here is where you turn on your gas water heater. Over here is where you turn on your water pump. And here's where we'll start our generator at. Let's go ahead and see that. Patience on these stairs coming out for you. Not a big deal going in, you tend to want to wait for them, but coming out, you want to step over them, so be careful. There's the generator running. Head back up in here. We'll shut that off. Just hit stop. Below that is your thermostat. Crank up the AC real quick. Hear that come on. Shut that off. Shuts off quickly. Turn the heat on. I'm going to shut the heat off. You'll notice that it takes a few minutes for the heat fan to cycle through before they shut off. Into our bathroom now. Turn on these lights. 110 there. More plumbing to keep an eye on. Access panel there. In our bedroom, we want to make sure that this door is snapped open for travel. You have a little storage underneath your bed. Lots of storage actually. Much more to talk about in here. Here's our lighting. These type of lights here just turn. You get your remote, turn your TV on. I believe. So the remote for the bedroom, I will leave in the bedroom drawer.
Tuition-free community college for
Coming out of the bedroom, there's a shower here. The door to make sure you snap for travel. Coming out into our living room, another TV. Turn that on while I talk about your dinette. You can remove these legs, fold it up underneath there. Set that top on here. Put your back cushions on top, gives you another sleeping quarters. This remote will be in this drawer. Your sofa here. Lift up on this strap. Set this up. So the strap is just a release pull on that strap, and it allows you to jackknife this down. Back up. Coming up front here is a couple outdoor or a couple of speakers and your fire alarm, smoke alarm. Here's our controls for our mirrors, mirror heats, auxiliaries, your standard forward setup up here, except your auto leveling. So let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start with my lights. Start at the back of the unit, work yourself forward, making sure all your lights are off. All my lights are off. We're gonna head back up, make sure that brake is still on, which it is. Turn back on our power and come to our control panel. Head up top, driver's side rear, slide room in. I did notice on this that you may have to lift up your finger and just touch these twice. Importance not to have anything in between your bed and your slide. Go through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Make sure nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Let those in. Everything's secure, let's exit the unit. Now if we're out boondocking, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on home. Or head to the closest dump station. At campsites, first thing we're going to do, again, bring up our stabilizing jacks. Make sure this is all on. We're going to hit on. And all I'm going to do is touch retract. Retract is going to bring up all of our auto leveling system. Step out of the unit while it does so. She's starting to bring the rear ones up. There's your front ones coming up. Got them up. Unhook our water, our power, our cable, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be all the way at the rear on your off-camp side behind your tires. The 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook one end up, bring the other end up and through here. Makes it a little easier. Undo this, hook up your sewage hose, and the first thing we do is pull that black handle. That's going to be all your sewage. If it sounds like that's empty, go inside, make sure it is empty. Once it's empty, close that handle and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. While your gray is dumping, I like to come around and dump my low point drains. When those low point drains are done, if you're done camping for the season, you want to dump your hot water heater, start by lifting up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump some water out of there, so be careful. Press that back down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull that residual water from down there. When that last gray is done, close your handle, remove your gray, put your hose in a nice convenient sanitary spot, and head on home. Again, we hope you guys enjoy this intent for many years to come. Happy camping.